Let's talk safeties as well. So safety is a hard position to predict. So it's definitely because so much now you see teams now with five DBs and safeties aren't always on the field as much. You see three Bs, you see safeties a lot of times spend a whole game in a slot in some cases. So you look at safeties not just in one thing. Sometimes if it's super, but in a different, and it definitely means all different teams, you're going to get different results with different players, except for the top group, right? I think these are the 10 safeties you can put on any team that would play well in any situation. So definitely check that out as well. So let's go ahead and get squared away with the top 10 safeties in the NFL. Brandon Jones is number 10 for the Denver Broncos. I think the Denver Broncos defense is very much being slept on in terms of being a really good defense as well. Brandon Jones last season didn't really play much as well, but Jones, I thought, well, he played well. I thought he played well. I mean, I think he did pretty well last season. Denver's defense is being slept on. I think Denver's defense might be one of the top five best in the entire National Football League. That's what I think, how good they are. They're very good also, too, in the middle of the field. When you talk about guys like Mufunga, you talk about guys, I think I'm saying that right from Sanford. Mufunga, Drake Greenlaw, and all that, etc. So I definitely think this guy hits people. Like when he hit somebody, it matters as well. So Brandon Jones, I think, number 10 in the middle of that very good Denver defense. Javon Holland, I think, with the Giants, another defense I think might be better than you think. Their secondary isn't very good besides him. So for me, that is a bit of a concern with him because the defense isn't very good. He didn't play a lot last year. So that's a bit of a concern as well. But you look at him in recent years, you see him here with the Dolphins jersey on. Now he's going to play in New York, going to have a lot of responsibility. I think this guy is a good Swiss Army knife as well. Does several things well. Definitely a top 10 guy. I think several teams could have signed him as well. Javon Holland, I think, is the real deal. Number 10, I think, as well. So good. Javon Holland at number 10. Brian Branch. This is a guy when he came out of Alabama, I wasn't sure what position he was going to play. I definitely too, he was a nickel corner there at Alabama, and also to played some safety as well. He is a safety in the NFL. So 4 interceptions at the safety position as well. Definitely good in the slot. Definitely, that's a thing. Like you talk about safeties and went around. Really good safeties in Detroit, and he's really good in the slot. Not huge body type build, small. I always think of the Bob Sanders when I see a guy small but really can lay on you. Fearless in the passing game, fearless in the run game. Absolutely can get guys in the slot. Has the coverage ability. Lots of good stuff. Still young. That's why he's not a little bit higher. But Brian Branch, I think, is the goods. I have him at number 8. Xavier McKinney, fantastic last year as far as intercepting in the first half. So you got to count that. So a guy here who definitely is a guy who is going to be one of the best players in the league. 8 interceptions last year for the Green Bay defense. You could argue he's their best player on defense too as well. You got Rashawn Gary there, etc. But Xavier McKinney is the guy, I think, is the guy that takes it and turns it over. Now, he did slow up in the second half. Career-wise, this is his usual production. So it does give me some pause there when a guy, it was a little bit more than what we've seen. But definitely last year, what we saw, he's in the top 10. Ball hawk. This is the ball hawk. You talk about skill set. This is a guy, finds the football, takes it the other way. Micah Fitzpatrick back with the Miami Dolphins. So Micah Fitzpatrick is there. Fell off, I think, for some people a little bit in Pittsburgh. I think it depends on how you look at it. He's been really good. I think like what you're seeing is he's aging a little bit, but I do think he's still an outstanding safety. I have him still in the top 5. He's got to get back to going ahead and making more what Coach Mike Tomlin would call those splash plays in Miami. He only had really the one interception. He did have a bunch of tackles as well last year. I think it was, what was the number? He had like 100. Yeah, he's at like 100. He's played 106 games, so he's been really good throughout his career. I think like this, but I think like what we're seeing a little bit more with him is a little bit more of a solid steady state as a playmaker as he was. So I think that's it. But definitely definitely in the run game, I really like Minkah Fitzpatrick though. Guys like do not overrun him or whatever. Fitzpatrick will go ahead and lay you out there as well. So that's definitely there. Kirby Joseph was terrific last year for the Lions. You got to have him on the list because he had a lot of interceptions for the Lions. So you talk about the guy who led the NFL in interceptions with 9. I think like you got him and Brian Branch. That's a great tandem. Take the ball the other way as well. Does take some chances as well. You do see that. With Kirby Joseph, I think that's the only my concern with him. But without risk, there's no reward. He does that. He goes ahead. Sometimes he's not in the right spot as well, but he is a fantastic playmaking safety. I think arguably you could argue the best playmaker in the NFL from the safety position as far as taking the ball the other way. He's been good for the last couple of years as well. It wasn't just a guy. Their interception total was higher, but I feel better about him than McKinney because he's been, I think, steadier over more of a period. Derwin James, a lot of people would have him at number 1, but you got to stay on the field all the time, Derwin. That's the only thing with that. But definitely guys who can do several different things. He can hit, he can run, he can play in the slot. More to me of a hitter though than the slot, the cover guy as well. Bit of intimidator as well. Guys, you don't want to lift the ball in his area and have Derwin James go ahead and clobber you. But he makes a difference making those decleaters as well. Just would like to see him be a little more on-field production. I like to see him play 16 games. I like to see him play 16 games and really be the guy that he did last year. 5.5 sacks, 60 again, it's all there for him. But again, history of injuries, I think bothers me a little bit and putting him higher. Kind of the same here with Antoine Whitfield. As good as he has been, again, missed some games throughout the last couple seasons. So again, that defense though is, I think, really underrated in Tampa. So Wingfield, I think some people have him lower. I still think he's really, really good. Wingfield, I think, again, not for the injuries as well. I think this guy could be a guy you could say, hey, man, this is the number 1 safety in the NFL. But again, I think he's closer to that than I do. But again, concerned about the injuries. But other than that, I think he's fantastic, complete, and other way. All these guys here as well. Jesse Bates is fantastic as well. The best traditional safety, free safety in the NFL, as far as I get. So this guy, not so much the coverage and the slot and all those other things, but again, the traditional guy, lift the ball in his air and all that. This is the guy you don't want to see, right? Jesse Bates is the guy. He gets to do all the fun stuff. He gets to go ahead and take the ball away, and he has other skills. I mean, definitely he can hit as well, but definitely the best pure free safety, I think, in the NFL. No question about it. He's come a long way since he's been in Cincinnati, too. I think this was a huge mistake, it turned out, for the Bengals going ahead and letting him go. But we already said it. Number 1, the guy today of all days we're doing this, he goes and signs a huge contract. Kyle Hamilton, nothing he doesn't do. Not a thing. Does everything fantastic on a football field. He's going to take the ball the other way, cover the slot, play corner full time, play strong safety full time, play free safety full time, blitz very well. Best blitzing, I think, of all of these guys. Best blitzing safety in the league. He's going to get at least 4 or 5 sacks. I think he gets an opportunity to blitz. And this year with Malachi Starks, he's going to get a chance to do more of those Swiss Army knife things that he's had on more years, because unlike working with Darius Washington, he gets to roam around more as well. There you go. The top 2 safeties in the National Football League.